Hello and welcome. We are happy and grateful that you managed to get some time from your busy schedule to join our learning webinar. And we hope that material that we're going to share with you going to help you and your family to raise your child with neurodevelopmental condition with ease and with better results. My name is Olga Pavlova.
And my name is Irina Schurov.
And we're going to share with you some slides for you to be easier to follow what we are here to present. So let us introduce you to our program, Rebalanced Child with Neurodiversity. We're going to share with you how to tackle imbalances in our children and what are the real root causes and solutions. My name is Olga Pavlova. I'm founder of Puzzle Tree Academy, where we provide lifestyle and educational solutions for families and young individuals with neurodevelopmental conditions. I'm as well autism mama. I'm mother of 4 children and mentor and coach with over 15 years of personal and professional experience in specialized childcare, as well as for last 10 years providing personal development and well-being coaching for young people and parents. I'm happy and grateful with this opportunity to share with you the tools that I learned from other parents, as well as my personal experience. And together with Irina, we joined our forces to found STARS Association, where we provide educational as well as other solutions together with other professionals for parents who are raising children with neurodevelopmental conditions. The rest you can read about me here on this slide, or you're welcome to explore a bit more on our website.
And my name is Dr. Irina Schurov. I'm a scientist with a PhD in neuroscience and nutritional therapist. And together with Olga, I'm trying to provide parents with the practical tools based on recent scientific knowledge and understanding and research in order to make our life a little bit easier, in order to support our children with the special needs in the best possible way. I'm specializing in personal nutrition, nutrigenomic, and support for families. I'm running different programs in order to provide personalized approach for families and adults. And you can find more information about me on my website.
Why are you here? Based on our experience working with other parents, very often we see the same answers. One of it that you are maybe raising a child and caring after a child with neurodevelopmental condition, and you actually feel a bit overwhelmed and you feel that you're exhausted from trying different therapeutic and educational approaches that really don't provide sustainable results, and you having so many things on your plate that sometimes you think, are you doing good enough job? And as well that you are seeing your child struggling and not exactly knowing how to help. And if that resonates with you, you are one of the parents who are actually looking for solutions, and you are here because you still have this attitude and this passion that you believe that there is something that can provide better outcomes and better resources and better results for your child, as well as hopefully for your family in total. And what are our intentions? Why are we here? So first of all is to share with you the latest research and findings generally about neurodevelopmental conditions. What is it they coming from? Why is it they growing with exponential growth? And to help you to identify root causes of imbalances in your child, and actually inspire you for action and provide you with specific action steps and specific tools that you can already implement today and have results better maybe than before. Let's look at this diagram. These seemingly unrelated conditions overlap with each other. As you can see that ASD, let's look at ASD, autism spectrum condition as it's called now, very often overlaps with self-injury, aggression, ADHD, anxiety and depression, social communication disorders, language disorders, and language development, as well as very often associated with other health problems like gastrointestinal disorders, seizures, feeding disorders, sleep disorders, as well as motor difficulties. And as well, latest research shows that 70% of individuals with autism meet criteria for at least one of mental health conditions, mental health disorders. And it may be most common co-occurring disorder with ASD, social anxiety, for example, in 29% of people with ASD, generalized anxiety 13%, and panic disorder 10%. These numbers are staggering.
Let's have a look at this slide together, because this is statistics showing how autism prevalence has increased since 1970, and especially from 2000 up to 2016. So I think the dynamic, the most important, not actual numbers, because you can see that autism is increased by 178% since year 2000. And in the year 2016, it was 1 in 54, but now the most updated numbers, it's actually 1 in 36. This is US statistics, okay? And similar numbers, similar tendency to grow we have on this graph, which demonstrating us the autism expansion in UK, in different regions of UK. We can see everywhere autism is growing, and we understand now what it is means, because we everybody familiar with the word pandemic, but we also can say we live in a time of pandemic growth of neurological conditions, including autism. But not only autism is growing, lots of different conditions actually increasing in terms of their manifestation in our children. And here you can see some statistics for ADHD, which is also very much expanding in US and globally. And also we can see how depression, anxiety, and behavior disorders levels keep growing in the different age groups of children. So if we continue, just look a little bit on the statistics. So this slide demonstrates you some particular figures. Like we said, so 1 in 100 in Europe, but 1 in 46 or even 1 in 36 right now children has autism. 63% of children with autism don't have the best support in a school. 17% of autistic children have been suspended from school. Only 16% of autistic adults are in full-time paid employment. 1 in 6 kids have a developmental delay. Up to 15% of children have emotional behavior disorders. 10 to 11 of children have ADHD or ADD, and 15-20% of school-age children worldwide are affected by dyslexia, for example. Number of learning conditions keeps growing all the time. And I think what is important to understand here, it's not just numbers. Behind these numbers, we have a real children who are struggled to manifest their talents in real life. This is very interesting because some research suggests that up to 13% of children actually can lose autism diagnosis. And it can happen to quite a few different reasons, of course, like maturation, treatment, maybe some initial misdiagnosis, but it can't be just explained by that. So what is interesting that some children can replace their autism diagnosis with mild versions of neurological conditions like ADHD in 46%, sensory processing disorders in 22%, anxiety in 17%, depression in 13%, learning disabilities 7%. And it is really true for different neurological conditions, not just for autism. So basically, every child with a certain neurological disorder condition can improve and can have a milder diagnosis, and which allow him to study better and live a much more fulfilled life. So every child can have significant improvement, and this is the main message we would like you to get from this slide. To illustrate this a little bit better, it is important to realize that our body is really interconnected with the brain and behavior, and this 3B very, very important union. And imbalances over behavior symptoms, which we very often observe in children, actually just a signs of functionally disbalanced brain and body. If we would like to dig a little bit deeper and try to understand real reasons of why our children manifesting such a high percentage of different neurological imbalances, this slide will help us to understand that. We used to think that genetic expression was main issue in different conditions. However, right now we definitely have a much deeper and better understanding of different factors, and environmental factors and lifestyle factors have been shown playing huge role, even much bigger than gene expression actually. So the factors like toxins, nutrient deficiencies, different stressors, microbiome, exercise, attitude, nutrition, and relationships interconnected with the gene expression and impacting the final manifestation of condition and behavior. On this slide, you can see that toxicity is definitely making huge impact on neurological conditions. On the left side of this slide, you can see the graph which demonstrate correlates between autism and glyphosate, which is one of the pesticides started to be used in US from 1995. Actually, it started to introduce a little bit earlier, but in 1995, autism rates start to pick up. You can see perfect correlation between that toxicity and manifestation of this condition. On the right side, you can see a study which been published back in 2018, which also draw the correlation between different toxins and autism growth from 1930s up to now. Many different chemicals we able to accumulate in our body, and our female body is starting to cleanse itself when we get pregnant. And this study here, back in 2005, measured 287 different chemicals in umbilical cord, which is a connecting, of course, mother with the baby in utero. And out of this number of different chemicals, including Teflon, BPA, different plastic molecules, pesticides, and etc., 180 chemicals cause cancer, 217 toxic molecules can affect the brain and nervous system, 208 cause birth defects and abnormal development in animal tests. Previous slide and this slide just clearly demonstrate how chemicals around us in the environment and actually inside of our bodies can impact already development and manifestation of different imbalances of our children, even unborn children. So there is a direct link between what's going on around in environment and between our health and health of our children. And in science, it's called epigenetics. Epigenetics, it's everything what is above of our genetic material. When genetic material is translated to actual molecules which doing the work in our body, like enzymes, proteins, and etc., so many different epigenetics factors like diet, some toxic chemicals around us, exercise, your social relationships, even the seasonal and temperature conditions around, all can influence that process. And that's very important to realize. So epigenetics really means, as I said, that our genes can be told when and how strongly to express themselves. Just imagine the switch on your wall, which you're using for switching light and turning it off. The similar way we can actually use the environmental factors, our attitude, to help certain genetic information be expressed or be silent, not to be expressed. That means we really have a big power in our hands to control our health and the health of our loved ones around us.
I would like to add that genetic expression very often just shows, for example, if my parents, they have preposition to diabetes or to some neurodevelopmental condition, I may develop the same condition and my children may develop the same conditions if we provide the same environment, if we provide the same structure for these genes to manifest. So if I'm going to live the same lifestyle as they were living, if I'm going to give the same lifestyle for my children and expose them to the same or similar toxins and similar stressors, these genes can manifest. And on another hand, they may not. Is that right, Irina?
Yes, that's right, Olga. You had a very good example. Thank you.
Let's imagine that our children is like this tree seed that just sprouted and it's growing into a sapling. And it has all this mighty potential to grow into this magnificent tree that may produce amazing fruit and shelter. It's going to please many. But as well, same like with seed, it depends what soil you're going to plant it in, what is going to feed that seed. Is it environment going to be right for this exact species of tree? Is it nourishment going to be right? Is it nutrients in the soils going to be right? Or maybe it's going to be not enough water or too much water, or parasites that can eat and ruin the root system, or toxins that actually going to hinder the development of roots as well as the tree in total. And as well, what kind of weather conditions and air quality. So all those factors, they're actually important for how this seed is going to develop and how these conditions are going to be either helpful for the tree to grow or not helpful. Same with our children. In this slide, we're going to share with you our Puzzle Tree Academy philosophy. So first of all, when we want our children to grow, we're really looking to see how their advanced skills are being developed. And very often professionals and parents, we're looking for our children to learn to communicate, to be able to go to school and succeed in their learning, and as well be independent. And we want them to have this independency and learning or leadership skills. And we want them to develop executive functioning skills and employability. And so very often we are focusing too much on those advanced elements before actually looking at the conditions are right, at the essential root elements like nourishment, attitude, and detoxification are well enough developed. Because before we can look at the speech development or leadership skills, we really need to see if we provided environment at home and at school that is nourishing enough, that it's free of toxins, that allows as well detoxification, that your child is slept well enough and they have developed the good sleeping routine, that those habits that are going to support them to bring the gifts forward that they are developed and stimuli is right, and all these qualities that going into essential root elements like food and self-care. And then only when these root skills are fully developed, we can actually focus on development of core elements like learning skills. Do they know how to learn? How are they able to learn efficiently? Are they using effective communication? If they're not verbally communicating, do they have other ways of communicating? Are they have independent self-care skills? Are they able to emotionally regulate themselves? So only when those root skills and core element skills are developed, we can be sure that these advanced skills and advanced elements are developing sustainably. So let's look how we are here with our program helping parents to ensure that these elements are sustainably developed. We developed 3R formula, which is really looking at three main foundations like rebalance, restoration, and reconnection. First of all, we're looking at rebalancing of lifestyle and the body and brain resulting behavior. Secondly, we're looking at restoration of the body and nourishment of the brain in the multiple levels. And as well, we're looking at reconnection of children with their own emotions and those around them with family and friends. This program was featured at Autism Europe International Congress in 2019, and we had a really good feedback from professionals. And as well, we're running this program for the last 2 years with other parents, and we have amazing, amazing feedback. If you look at this diagram, this prism, we can really see that our intention to bring the balance, it's really important. And as a essential components of white light, we can see that food, self-care, stimuli, emotions, toxicity, sleep, and habits are those exact components that bringing a child and bringing our personal body as parents into a balance. And here as well, as we mentioned before, we really need to look at rebalance, reconnection, and restoration, and how our attitude and how our nourishment and the detoxification can be brought forward. So each of those elements, food, self-care, stimuli, emotions, toxicity, sleep, and habit, we are looking at them through different angles. We are looking at them through nourishment, how, for example, food can be nourishing. We're looking from the angle of detoxification. In example of food, how food can be brought to detoxify us and not to bring too much toxicity into our body. And again, with example of food, how our attitude and how what we are doing with food can bring this balance. And as well, we're looking at the aspects of child individual, child inside the family, and child in society. So all these aspects we are looking on our program to really bring into balance. And when those all aspects are in balance, we can be reassured that this is the sustainable ground, sustainable root system that helps our child to develop. These 7 areas of rebalance, as we mentioned before, it's something that we're going to share with you for you to be able to look at your family lifestyle, at what you're doing at home. You're going to have specific questionnaire which you're going to be able to assess how your family doing in all these areas. And this table is going to help you to really look at those areas that may be out of balance and be able to address those imbalances and do something about it positively. Let's look, for example, of aspect of toxicity that we already mentioned. First angle is angle of attitude. It's really bringing attitude and awareness to being aware of where the toxicity coming from. Where is toxicity coming into your home? Where is toxicity coming into your relationships, maybe? Where is toxicity coming into your bodies of children? And how well you are able to balance it and maybe detoxify. So if you look at the next one, nourishment, it's really how you can bring the better, cleaner, natural products to your environment to bring lesser toxicity into your home, and natural minerals and herbs and supplements that you can actually give to your child to help bring this nourishment without toxifying even further. It's enough toxins in environments that we cannot control. We cannot make difference what kind of air pollution we have. We cannot make difference what's going on in our water in the sea, but we can make some difference what we are bringing into our homes. As well, detoxification, how to help your child body and your family to detoxify better, and what you need to bring. So we, in our program, we covering all these 7 aspects, and we're looking at through different angles. And not only we are looking at it, we actually bringing really practical, real solutions and tips what parents can actually implement. And we know that living parental life of taking care of child with neurodevelopmental condition, it's already really full-on experience. So what we are looking for, it's not to make your life more difficult. What we are looking is to bring those real life solutions and make your life easier. And that's what we were doing successfully for a couple of years, and we have a brilliant feedback on that.
Another example in this table, of course, and very often it comes as the top of the list when people do assessment, it's a food. Our relationships with the food is always very special. And if we start with the attitude, it's, as Olga said, it's very important point to start here, because when we look at the food from slightly different attitude point of view, and we realize food is not just something we can kill hunger with, we really need to look at it as a food and building material for our body, for our brain, as a food for our body and brain of our children who are growing and using every molecule from the food to grow and develop and blossom. If we understand that philosophy, then we will try to get better food, and we will try to understand how we can bring that good quality nourishing molecules from this food in order to digest it properly, and that we can benefit from this food in a most possible way. And then we're looking, of course, what this food is including. And if we try to detoxify our body, we will, of course, exclude processed food and drinks from our menu. We will minimize automatically lots of different chemicals which we consuming when we eat processed food, like colorants, additives, preservatives, food enhancers, and etc. We will automatically reduce level of sugar, which comes a lot in any processed food. Sometimes we even don't notice that. And at the same time, if we start to focus on a real, whole, homemade food, especially if it's organic, grown, and fresh and seasonal products, we will automatically bring the most possible nourishment in our body. And if we learn how to cook it, how to present it, how to combine ingredients, we can achieve the possible maximum potential from food we're eating and feeding our children.
Exactly. Thank you, Irina. Meet our stars. We're going to walk you through some our case studies and where we started, what changes were implemented, and what results children or families gained from that. So on the left, you see a lovely photo of Michelle. Her Initial problems were ASD, nonverbal communication, no eye contact, global developmental delay, dyspraxia. After 3 months without sugar and dairy, as well as high supplementation of omega fatty acids, she developed eye contact and established verbal communication that is started literally in 3 months. And during progression, she as well lost dyspraxia, and there is a huge progress in ASD manifestation symptoms. David had, at the beginning of the working with us, he had a minimal eye contact and huge social anxiety. Child was inside himself. After 3 months on a GAPS diet and gentle detoxification, he started to develop better eye contact and low anxiety. Now he is star of the group and he is enjoying all the extracurricular activities. He's involved in many classes and he's blossoming.
And another two little stars we want you to meet, which been through our program. This is younger children. And first of them, Maya. So she's a small 4 years old little girl who suffered from many different things, and no eye contact, no verbal communication, insomnia, emotional outbursts. We were focusing on areas like food, toxins, emotional areas in her case. And after 3 months on a GAPS diet, and we definitely helped her to sort out the constipation, is just focusing on these two elements. This child could improve eye contact. She started to communicate in many different ways, including verbal communication. She started to sleep better. She became emotionally stable. So her academic progress improved a lot. And another little star we would like you to meet, Ella. Ella had a different emotional outburst, speech delay, anxiety, learning issues, of course. And again, focusing on areas like stimuli, toxins, food. We introduced a gluten-free, casein-free diet. She's been through the detoxification protocol. And as a result of that, self-control improved. She dropped anxiety. She became a much more self-regulated, emotionally regulated child. And she actually lost autism diagnosis. Her diagnosis was changed to developmental delay, but there is no autism, which obviously made her parents very, very happy parents.
How this program is different from others. First of all, you are going to work in a small group of up to 12 people. So it means that you're going to get really personalized, ongoing support. And as we mentioned before, you're going to complete self-assessment questionnaire, and you're going to know what areas of focus or what areas of disbalance you are focusing on, as well as we know what is your specific focus. And due to small groups, we know that each family is on a different journey. So some of you have a younger children, some of you have older children, some of you have children with particular conditions on different intensity, and we realize that parents have a different level of time and commitment that they can bring. So this as well, this program is based on combined personal and professional and parenting experience that we can tailor to your personal family and your personal needs. And it's as well opportunity to take it on an individual developmental level. So on your personal parental level, as well as your child personal level, and focusing on personal family circumstances, covering healthy body and brain development fundamentals with real life implementation tips. So it's not something that we're throwing at you all these theories saying that that is what is good to do, but leaving you without answers how actually to do. We actually providing you real life tips of what actually is working. And it's suitable for any age and developmental stage of your children based on different levels of commitment. And it has as well powerful input from other parents who are on the program. As we said, many parents have different journeys. So some of the journey that you are going through, already some parents went through, and you can share your experience, and it's really, really appreciated when you share your journey, and in that way you help each other. And prize as well includes participation of both parents, and obviously this program is run by us, not only from the angle of professional angle, but from the angle of being parents and living with it and knowing this experience of everyday life.
On this slide, we just would like you to meet Sinita, who is a mother of 4-year-old Ria with autism. And Sinita just shared her a little experience and feedback being on this program. She said that this program has many advantages. And one of the important things she learned on this program, how to do and how benefit from me time. She said that she became addicted to me time actually. She found the materials we provide very, very useful. WhatsApp group, which is working 24/7 and includes all the parents who are currently on a program, was very helpful and supportive. As a result, she became more aware of her emotions, which is very important, and established much better connection with her husband, which impacted that clarity in relationships and better support to their child. So as a result, we have much better sleep routine, and parents have much more time to relax and have quality time as well. So everyone has benefited.
So let us introduce what is included into a program and what different plans you have a choice to choose from. First of all, every week we have up to 90 minutes of Zoom call, which is live, and we bringing topic of the week. We discuss it from different angles. We as well covering latest research about that topic. We bring really specific tools and resources that you can implement at home, that are not just information, and the opportunity to ask questions and your questions being answered. As well, we have access to specific tools and research that you're receiving by email, and you have as well online 24/7 support group in WhatsApp, where each parent together with us, me and Irina, we share what you actually managed to do, what is working, what is not working, or maybe just a place to rant or to ask for support on whatever is going on in your life, helping to raise your child and your family. You have lifelong access to all materials of the course. You have, if needed, you have referrals to appropriate specialists and follow-up therapists, and as well, we advise you on graduation of your personal child development. As we said, we are focusing on root skills and then core skills and then advanced skills. So we would suggest you for your child what is the right step for their development to, and what therapies could be appropriate. Then as well, you have lifelong membership. Advanced plan includes lifelong membership to Alumni Club, where you can continue bring all what you learned and continue implementing and have ongoing support. An individual assessment and at the beginning of the program, it's more in-depth questionnaire and more in-depth analysis of your situation, your personal situation, your family situation, your child state of development and condition. And as well, you have personalized recommendations based on that. At the through the process and at the end of the program. And as well, there is an opportunity with the premium option to have 12 60 minutes personalized consultations with me and Dr. Irina Schurov, as well as private email and WhatsApp for personal attention, and lifetime access to all educational online webinars and events by Puzzle Tree Academy. So the prices you can see for those plans, which for essential plan is €695, and it's for 3 months, and next course starts in June. And as we mentioned before, the price includes participation of both parents if that's what you both would like to do, or maybe one of you wants to join every meeting and the other parent would like to join sometime to cover some topics. Then advanced plan is 1,195 and the premium plan is 1,995. So what you need to do is to choose your level, complete questionnaire that we're going to send to you, which is a self-assessment questionnaire, and please complete it even if you choose not to join us this time, because by addressing and finding what the imbalances are, you're going to be able to start addressing them now. And a premium, and as well, you would need to pay deposit. Plus, we have a really special, for those of you who were watching to the end, we have a really special promo code, which is Puzzle21, which gives you a 30% discount to all our plans. And it's limited to first 6 people who are going to join. So if you feel that you are ready now and you are ready to commit your energy, your attention for the next 3 months, and you feel that it's a right program to join for you and your child well-being, please sign up and use this promo code now. What you can do today, what you actually can do from this workshop to benefit your family straight away. First of all, wait for our email, receive our questionnaire and complete it. And review your answers from the 7 areas of rebalance point of view. Remember this graph, 7 areas to rebalance? So when you've done your questionnaire, you're going to be able from that questionnaire to see where the weakest points and where the areas that are most out of balance. Then you review your answers, how you can put that into balance. We're going to guide you through our emails. And obviously another clear, if you can write somewhere in the bullet points and put it in the fridge, the 3 areas of focus that you want to bring your attention and intention to put into a balance for, let's say, for the next 3 months. And the easiest way to have these results done is to join our Rebalanced Child program. And we hope you can do it this time. And if so, we're really looking forward to see you on our next program. So we are happy that you managed to watch this training webinar with us to the end. You have your special offer code, please use it. And we're looking forward to see you on our program. All the best.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to share some ideas and tools and our hard work we put it in this program. We hope you found something useful and interesting. You're always welcome to give us your feedback. And of course, we're looking forward to see your questions, comments, and hopefully to see you in the program. All the best. Bye-bye for now.